You ever have one of those mornings where you wake up, shuffle to the kitchen, and think, is this really it? Coffee, the news, another day just ticking by. I've been there. After the kids moved out and retirement settled in, I'd catch myself staring at the same four walls, wondering where the spark went. But here's what I learned. Joy isn't some grand prize you chase. It's hiding in the cracks of your everyday, if you know where to look. Today we're talking about 5 tiny, no-fuss rituals that'll help you find it. No marathon training, no fancy gadgets, just simple, soul-nourishing habits you can start today. Let's dive into the first 2. Before you gulp that first coffee, pause. Take 3 slow sips. With each one, name something you're grateful for. This warm mug, the birds chirping outside, my knees that still let me stand here. My neighbor Ed calls it cheesy, but he tried it last week. Know what he texted me? Damn, sparrows sound nicer when you actually listen. It's not about toxic positivity. It's about training your brain to spot the good before the world floods in with the hard. Try it tomorrow. Even if your first sip's just, ugh, I'm grateful this coffee's strong. See that patch of sky? Every afternoon, rain or shine, I stare at it for 60 seconds. No phone, no to-do lists. Just sky. Some days, it's a pigeon parade. Others, it's storm clouds rolling in like grumpy toddlers. But here's the magic. For 1 minute, I'm not a grandma/retiree/widow. I'm just a human, under the same sky I've watched for 60+ years. Your assignment? Pick a window. Set a phone timer. And let the sky remind you that you're part of something bigger than today's worries. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sky gazing? Gratitude sips? Really? But here's the thing. Last Tuesday, my granddaughter video called me, sobbing over a breakup. Know what I told her? Go look at the sky. I'll look too. We stayed silent for a full minute, 300 miles apart. Then she whispered, Graham, it's the same blue here. That's the power of small rituals. They're not just for you. They're lifelines you can toss to someone else on a hard day. You know, after we chatted last time, my friend Martha called me. Sky gazing, she said. I tried it, but all I saw was my neighbor's squirrel stealing tomatoes. But here's the thing, she still did it. And that squirrel made her laugh for the first time in weeks. Now let's talk about 2 more rituals to keep that joy bubbling long after the morning coffee's gone cold. Whatever you did today, paid the bills, walked to the mailbox, survived a video call with your tech challenge brother, it counts. Celebrate it. Every afternoon, I blast one song from my glory days, Motown disco, even that cringy 80s hair band phase, and dance like my hips still remember how. No rules. No rhythm required. Last week, my grandson caught me mid-air guitar solo to Livin' on a Prayer. Know what he did? Joined in. Now we've got a 3 p.m. Zoom dance packed. Your body's carried you through decades. Give it permission to play again, even if it's just a finger snap while the microwave spins your lunch. Before bed, I jot down one moment that made today brighter. Not the big stuff, the blink and you'll miss it glimmers. Last Tuesday, mine was the way the ice clinked in my tea like wind chimes. Sounds silly, right? But when I reread these, I realize my life's not shrinking. It's deepening. My husband used to tease me for over-romanticizing little things. But after he passed, those little things became life rafts. Your highlight reel isn't just a list. It's proof that joy isn't hiding in some distant tomorrow. It's here, in the creak of your porch swing, the smell of rain on pavement, the way your old dog still wags when you hum their song. You know, after my husband passed, I found a note he tucked into my recipe book years ago. Just 3 words. You've still got it. No grand declaration, just a scrap of paper that's outlived him. That's the thing about joy. Sometimes, it's not about what we do, but what we leave behind. Let's wrap up with our final ritual, the one that turns everyday moments into tiny legacies. Every day, I try to give one genuine compliment. Not just, nice shirt, but something that lingers. To the cashier, your laugh made my day lighter. To my grandson, you've got your grandpa's way of listening, like the whole world stops. Last month, I told my grumpy neighbor, your roses are surviving despite you. He scowled, then left a bouquet on my porch that night. Your words don't need to be profound. Just true. Text a friend. Remember that time we? Whisper to your cat. You're a terrible Mauser, but I adore you. Joy multiplies when we pass it on, one unguarded sentence at a time. Let's revisit our rituals, shall we? Morning gratitude sips, sky-gazing victory dances, evening highlight reels, and those little verbal love notes. They're not chores. They're invitations to notice, to play, to connect, to rewrite the story of aging as gathering light. Now, I won't pretend every day's a breeze. Some mornings, my gratitude sips taste like stale coffee in creaky joints. But then, I spot a grandkid's doodle in my notebook, or the sky paints itself a new shade of how is that even possible? So here's my challenge. Try one ritual this week. Just one. Then come back here and tell me, did the sky wink back? Did your hip surprise you? Did a stranger's smile feel like a gift you both unwrapped? Hit subscribe, will you? Let's keep growing this garden of small joys together. And if you're ever doubting whether it's worth it, you've still got it.